My name's Hugo from the Uber Tablet blog. Now this is going to be a short one, but I just wanted to share with you on video the soft keyboard that we've been seeing a few photos of on the internet. So obviously it's a keyboard that has a fair bit of potential. I've been using it with my 7209 actually. Now that's the little keyboard there. So if we just zoom in, it's got quite a nice appeal about it. The keys are slightly raised, so hopefully you can see a bit of that detail there. Slightly bumped edges, slightly bumped ridges along there. Now what that adds is to that separated key feel, so you get that slight distinction between keys. It also gives for a slight bounce. Now I'll boot up this 7209, and while we do that, I'll just read to you something that the manufacturer sent me. Okay, so a few key points. They said the keyboard sensor is made from 100% fabric. So that I've seen that itself. It's a very clothy cotton sort of material. That's the circuitry that actually makes up the keyboard. It's very light and durable. They say this is very salesy, I know. Functions in just about any temperature range. The sensor consumes virtually no power. The sensor can be easily integrated into many different applications, and the covering fabric, i.e. the top sheet which shows the keyboard keys, can be just about any material: nylon, neoprene, leather, vinyl, plastic, etc. So I mean, the potentials for this to work are quite huge. Now what they've done is that little, obviously there's a little controller box there that talks to the USB, and one thing that I thought was quite neat is that in the little zipper pocket here, we've got the USB cable. Now one thing they're thinking of doing is, because I warned them, people rip these out all the time, especially these thinner, lighter weighted USBs. So what they're thinking of doing is attaching a removable, an actual port to this circuit box, so that you could plug in any USB cable you had, the mini USB 4-pin, so you could plug that in at any point and communicate to the keyboard without having to worry about ripping a cable out. Because at this stage, as a prototype, and this is the only one in Australia, if you ripped out that cable, there wouldn't be any such function. So what I'm going to do now is press pause, plug in the keyboard here. I'll do that with you so you don't miss that out. It's nothing to it, it's just going to recognise it straight away, and then we'll start typing and see how well it types. Okay, welcome back. So what we've got here is obviously the layout of the keyboard itself and the UMPC device. So all I'm going to do is plug straight in. Now I haven't plugged this into this device before, so we'll just make sure that it recognises it. Hopefully you can see the screen. You can see that we've got a little LED telling us that the keyboard's functioning at least. So there was nothing maybe to recognise. Let's open up a Word page. And let's start to type and see how well it does. This is a brand new installation of on this EO, so Word may take a second. Oh, you can see there it's actually found the USB keyboard. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully. So it's just installing the human interface device. Your new hardware is installed and ready to use. Cool. Now this is a prototype. Not that I'm trying to excuse myself if it doesn't work, but We will soon have these devices hopefully available. I think all the company's trying to do is settle on a final size and shape and weight of material and all that sort of thing. So let's see, shift, nothing. Oh, it's my Word document playing up. Just checking my emails. Come on, little Leo, you can do it. Obviously they're supplying a clip to protect the circuitry. That's the reason for the angle. The device, although the fabric itself is waterproof, that little printed circuit board isn't. Okay, so you can see it did type my. So let's just get stuck into a bit of typing and see what happens. Let's not activate at this stage, although I will in a second. So shift, my name is Hugo Ortega of the Shift Uber. Now the shift is not a press and hold. One thing about the fabrics, or at least the BIOS within this circuitry, is that it, or the firmware rather call it, it doesn't support, as you would normally press shift and then a key. You just press shift. It knows, it's kind of like the tablet input panel, it knows that it has to go to capitals and then you type. So shift T, tablet, blog. Look at that. My name is Hugo Ortega of the Uber Tablet blog. Now, you can imagine the productivity increase in having such a device is massive. The ramifications of it are huge. So there's in this prototype, they're trying to give you an indication of what the future might hold. You've got hotkeys obviously for email, pen features, calculator, clock, internet home pages, and so on. But I think that they're just trying to give us all a glimpse as to what could occur. This is not a production unit. It's one of only a handful in the world and the only one in Australia. So they just wanted, I guess, to get a presence out there saying, hey, we exist and this technology is available and what do you want to do with it. So anyway, I'd like to hear from you guys. Let me know what it is you'd like to see happen with these keyboards and what direction you'd like to see it take. It's just interesting to know whether or not this stuff is going to help or hinder. Again, Hugo from the Uber Tablet blog, signing out.